Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Finding a new job is stressful. But with Indeed, it doesn't have to be. Just fill out your Indeed profile with your skills, experience, and desired salary. The more you fill out, the better your matches will be. And hearing from hiring managers will be 2 times more likely. Relax. That's your Indeed profile sending opportunities your way. Indeed, the world can work better.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This podcast contains mature content, explicit language, suggestive situations, and partial to full frontal nudity. Listener discretion is advised. Don't let your kids listen to this.
This was one of the more frustrating look at this photographs that we've had to do. By the way, if you're not checking it out, it is a separate segment. It's if you listen to the pod but you don't watch anything, you're missing out on this segment. It is a new segment called Look at This Photograph. We post them on YouTube. All the times if you've heard us on prior episodes where we're referencing photos but you don't know what we're talking about, we turned it into its own segment. So you go to YouTube and look at the pictures that we're referencing and we get these jokes. But this one was a hard one because there were so many scenes where clearly I saw it. It's not like a blink of an eye.
Right.
I'm seeing this. But when I try to pause, can't zero in at the right moment. Either I can't get the moment or if I get the moment, it's blurry.
Yeah.
But I know it happened.
Yep.
By way of example, John Travolta sliding across the floor to get to the fireman's pole in the middle of this apartment.
Yeah.
I saw the look on his face.
Yeah, it just doesn't come out in photo.
It doesn't come out.
No.
But I know it happens, and it's not a figment of my imagination or...
Maybe it's something where, like, we pull a video and just post it on Instagram or something. I don't know.
That's a video clip that's going on Instagram, for sure.
Okay, good. All right, good. I also was trying to pause. I was like, I give up. I couldn't do it.
There's no good face. The one face that I could kind of get was a stunt double, so doesn't feel as good.
Oh, was there a stunt double in this movie? Was there?
No.
That wasn't Travolta doing his own shit?
Yeah.
Boy, do I have a lot of trivia for you, Zach. Boy, do I have some fun quotes. Overall, a great Travolta vibe. But yeah, that's a video clip. It happens so fast. It's blurry. It's choppy. It's chaotic. It's not a look at this photograph.
Does it happen fast? Because I'm pretty sure I saw it happen.
It happens fast and slow at the same time. Everything with Travolta in this movie is fast and slow at the same time. I told you guys I'll put this on wax.
Charlie Wax.
Wait, what was the last movie we did? Hard to Kill. And I sent 17, right? I did 13 photos and 4 videos, right? Sent 17. We put the videos on the Instagram. But this one I sent 9 photos. Didn't take any videos.
Yeah.
Because I realized I told you guys that at a certain point I was just taking the same picture over and over.
Yeah.
Just in different scenes because I like the way John Travolta looks in this movie. I think it's a cool look.
I missed him.
Dude.
I don't know about you guys.
I absolutely missed him. I see so much of his other work in this movie.
Oh, you don't say.
Really?
Oh, what? That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, we'll get into it. I got notes, man.
Oh.
I think he's drawn on a lot here from prior episodes.
That's interesting. That's fucking interesting, man.
I could not imagine spending 3 hours on something that I didn't like after 10 minutes. You don't like it. You are a weird individual to keep watching. What are you, nuts? You dedicated a week of your life to dislike something? Get a hobby, knit something, go for a walk.
Previously on Cinephobe.
How am I supposed to go back to the me before all of this pain?
Excuse me? We're new in town and we've never had sex before. Would you give us a hand?
I would have rather seen his cock.
Out of way, Bobby! This episode in this movie exists.
You bet your sweet ass I saw a lawnmower man.
Oh, Teddy.
I'll call some guys from my neck of the woods. We're not talking, Brooke, about a couple of queens who know a few grapples. We're talking about Polacks that don't have a goddamn future.
You have a stupid heart and a stupid brain.
Regular Einstein.
You think I'm a coward? You're wrong. I'm not a coward. You're the coward. I'm not a coward.
I love cocaine. I do it all the time.
I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean like homosexual. I mean like...
I got nukes shooting out of my dick right now. I've got so many nukes.
Dick Nukem.
I mean, look at this buffet of ass.
Mouth to dildo, dildo to ass to ass. Hi, Brant. Anal beads.
I'm the goddamn talent, Mayes.
Look, Gene, I've never told anyone this before.
My head!
But I can suck my own dick. And I do it a lot.
1038. This movie is shit.
You don't know shit.
Holy shit, bro. I had the same note, too.
I swear to God, both of you guys are the biggest fucking liars in the world.
Howdy.
You should have saved this for the train.
All right, au revoir, Lubin. Lisa, solide.
Oh, I mean, why don't you just be like a regular person and dream about regular threesomes? Like clones.
Give me some soul kisses, baby. Hey, beautiful. Oh,
Dang.
oh.
I can't indulge this comparison to a person that Amin may or may not know in a movie that has nothing to do with this podcast.
That's some 20th century shit, bitch.
We will tangle ass,
Say hi to your mother for me.
and you will lose.
What's the end game? Okay, now everyone's dead.
What is fucking Spence from Ballers? Who cares what the end game is?
I am Wrath.
McCavity!
Welcome to Cinephobe, the podcast. We break down the movies you're afraid to admit you love. I'm Zach Harper. That's Amin and Mayes. That's Anthony Mayes. Make sure you're listening to us on Spotify. I'll tell you what, we're going to set you up and make you fall in love with us, and we're going to terrorize you and your delegations.
Spotify is where you can vote in the poll, like the poll for the Boondock Saints. 75.3% file.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
24.7% phobe.
Why?
Nostalgia.
Spotify is also where you can leave a comment like Chuck Strange, who says, I actually don't like when you guys do good movies. Subpar movies are better episodes.
We didn't.
Hold on. How can... Look, I get it. Cult classic. Oh, I like this movie, whatever. You can't call that a good movie.
Put your foot down.
They fade to black 8 million times. Have you never actually seen a good movie?
As you guys might clue into, there are a lot of bad movies I like, but I wouldn't call them good movies.
Good movies, yes, exactly.
I think Chuck Strange is saying he doesn't like when we do movies that he likes. That's my guess.
I have mixed feelings about that too, right? But tough shit.
In the vast history of Cinephobe, the number of movies that I would say, this is legitimately a good movie, I can't believe it qualifies. Blue Chips is a good movie.
And a good episode.
Horrible Bosses 2 is a good movie. But a lot of these other ones aren't good movies, even if I like them.
Yeah, sorry guys. Not everything can be a Gala Walkers.
Correct. Not everything can be a Gala Walkers. And SoCal Alex says, I haven't seen this movie since I was a teenager, and I'm guessing it doesn't hold up at all.
It sure don't, buddy. Let me tell you.
Your boy Reflex commented, is this a sequel to Showgirls? Boondock Saints, Pennies from Heaven. Jesse Spano moves to Boston and becomes that Rosengurdy broad, hence the pennies on the eyes. So they go to heaven. Pennies from Heaven, full circle.
No.
Movie crossovers.
No.
Yes, and.
Now you want a yes and? Leave us a review, leave a comment. Make sure you check it out. CT5 episodes on the main feed. Leave us your CT5 suggestions. and lists on social media or in the Discord by becoming a Patreon member, patreon.com/countthedings. Access to ad-free episodes, extended cold opens, rewatching and live events, past, present, future, early episodes, discounts, and access to live show tickets, which may be soon, our Discord, and all of our extra content, not just for Cinephobe, but across the entire CTD network.
I like the idea of the entirety of my improv is just saying the words yes and.
You don't actually add to it.
Just say yes and.
Yeah. That's what you said to do. Yes and. If submission submitted, reminder needs to be 40% or lower on the Rotten Tomatoes audience or critics score. We hit episode 250 and started a brand new daisy chain.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain, chain, chain.
Amin had us running around with our Taffer arms flopping about like our ponytail as we battled the voodoo magic of crack-dealing twins in Marked for Death. Mayes used a pick swap to link us with killer twins, have us put on some opera music, and homoerotically flirt our way through accepting murderous rampage in the Boondock Saints. Mayes used Irish names to take us to Aruba so we could sort of fight snowmen
with cheeks
who were attacking the kidnapped godfather of diddling in Red 1. Amin used resignation letters to get us full of bourbon to make poor decisions and have our eyebrows figure out how to battle terrorism in London Has Fallen. Flawless. And then I used delayed revenge to link us to letting our hog-obsessed nurse work bring us back to form at our own ranch so we could take avenging our murdered family to the bank in Hard to Kill. Now Mayes is using candle wax.
That's not what I said.
The word wax.
Just wax. You don't seem to say the word wax. Wax.
But it is the word wax because there's candles in Hard to Kill, and this guy's last name is Wax.
That's it.
I didn't use fucking candles. I used wax.
Where'd the wax come from?
That's
his ears, his ass, or the candles? Where?
That's all for the intro right there. I didn't use candles.
I didn't use no goddamn candles.
I used wax.
Southern Not Prospector. Now Mayes is using wax to bring us. You can't just use that to disarm me all the time when I'm mad. To bring us the 2010 action crime thriller From Paris with Love.
No extra bullshit this time?
No, that's it. Yeah.
I had action thriller. That works.
From Paris with Love stars John Travolta, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, and Kasia Smutniak.
Sure.
There's 3 people in this movie.
Basically.
Everybody else is a random Frenchman, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Nice trim cast and crew here.
John Travolta has moved ahead of Sly Stallone to tie Liam Neeson and Adam Sandler as an 11-time repeat offender.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Previous episodes include Swordfish, Killing Season, Fanatic, I Am Wrath, Gotti, Battlefield Earth, Poison Rose, Staying Alive, Look Who's Talking To, and White Man's Burden.
Wow.
That's a resume, man.
Very early Cinephobe resume.
A lot of early episodes there.
They're sepia toned almost. I imagine us with handlebar mustaches and
we had wrapped candies.
Wrapped candies.
He had taken a Pelham 1, 2, 3 and Old Dogs in 2009, this movie in 2010, and Savages in 2012. JRM was in Bend It Like Beckham, Mission Impossible 3, and The Tudors.
He is a
shitty actor.
Big time. Next Jim Carrey.
Oh my God.
You remind me of a very young Jim Carrey.
Alrighty then. What the hell are you talking about? So you're telling me there's a chance?
Who you talking to? Somebody stop me.
Because after Bend It Like Beckham, and then he had an Elvis TV movie where he won a Golden Globe, they said, oh, this guy's going to blow up. Didn't happen.
I cannot wait for my first note.
Cassia was in 4 episodes of Chinese Wife.
Nope.
Why is that a nope? I can say Chinese.
My dear.
That's a CT5 best line right there. And then she was in Perfect Strangers, not that Perfect Strangers.
And The Prophecy of the Armadillo.
Shout out to Balky Bartokomous, though.
Go son laddie.
Oh, Richard Durden from Pumpkinhead 4, Blood Feud, and Satan Has a Bushy Tail.
He does.
And Je suis daddy.
Dad.
Amber Rose Reva from The Punisher TV series. Eric Godon, not Gordon.
And not Godon.
From In Bruges and The Most Assassinated Woman in the World. I gotta know. What does that mean?
Means that they've been murdering that pussy.
Oh. Yeah. Rebecca Dayan.
Lieutenant Dan
from Limitless.
Isn't that the one where the guy becomes limitless?
Michael van der Meren, repeat offender from Taken 2. Steven Shagov. Well, hold on. Save your laughter. From Transporter 3, Little Gay Boy, and Little Gay Boy, Christ is Dead.
Not yet.
Amin left.
For the listening audience.
He's done.
Nick Loren, repeat offender from Swordfish, Gotti, and The Fanatic.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
In which he plays man kissing Moose's mother.
Same note too. So I had to refresh my memory on this. There's the traumatic flashback where young Moose is watching TV while his mom is getting plowed.
Oh, I don't remember that at all.
That's Nick Loren.
Good for him.
He's sitting there watching TV while Hunter Dunbar is asleep. And then we get the traumatic origin story of how young Moose fell in love with television and movies, I suppose.
I'm guessing vaccines.
Now that you mention it, Maze, I remember that. But when you said he plays man kissing Moose's mother, I said, he has a mother?
He's also in the Poison Rose and Killing Season.
He's a Travolta guy.
He's Travolta's personal stunt double for most of that.
Oh.
We'll see him and look at this photograph.
In this one, Travolta doesn't have a stunt double. He does all his own stunts.
Correct.
That's what I thought. Kelly Preston, repeat offender for Twins, Battlefield Earth, and Gotti.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Get the soundboard ready, Maze. Allah Safi from Death on the Nile.
Oh.
Which one is he going to play? Yeah.
No, that.
And enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Hey, oh, champagne!
Not in the cast, but Ella Travolta from The Poison Rose is with Kelly Preston. Also, and look at this photograph.
Nice music career, from what I understand.
Umbrella?
I don't know about that, but...
Ella?
From Paris with Love was directed by Pierre Morel. He directed Taken, Peppermint, and The Ambush.
Yeah.
He was also the cinematographer on The Transporter.
And a couple of home videos as well.
Oh, well, you'd know. 2 writing credits on this one. Adi Hasek wrote the screenplay, wrote 3 Days to Kill, 36 episodes of Shades of Blue, and 7 episodes of The Box.
Yeah.
And then Luc Besson, La Femme Nikita, Leon the Professional, Fifth Element, Transporter, Taken, and officially a repeat offender for Taken 2 and Taken 3.
And Taxi.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
I thought it was a different Taxi.
He wrote the French Taxi and then they remade it in America.
Got it. Okay.
And they were like, this is cool, but we need to elevate it. Let's have a cool opening scene.
Put cilantro on it? No, it's a bad movie.
We got to put cilantro on it.
That's a really good Vic Vega.
No one's ever said, let's elevate it, and that included Jimmy Fallon in that.
Synopsis for From Paris with Love. In Paris, a young employee in the office of the U.S. ambassador hooks up with an American spy looking to stop a terrorist attack in the city.
Hooks up?
Sort of.
Looking to stop?
Vague exposition. Massive leader early on in a horse race.
It reminded me of Half-Past Dead, Zach, where you start creating plot points in your brain.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no.
100% what I was doing, and I was wrong on all of it.
All of it.
Tagline, 2 agents, 1 city, no merci. It's pretty good.
I don't even think they needed the first 2 parts of it.
Just no merci.
Yeah.
You know what, Ryan Stone, you got to go, man.
Wow.
Move everything up, and the second OLI becomes no mercy.
$52 million estimated budget. How?
Blew up cars.
Gross $24 million US, $52.4 million worldwide. I don't remember them marketing this movie at all, so I think it's technically a hit.
No, I remember.
Really?
To the point where I thought I saw the movie.
Before we jump to this movie, listen to the rest of this podcast. From Paris with Love is available on Prime, Tubi, and, hey man, Pluto TV.
God bless Pluto TV.
From Paris with Love receives 37% on 159 critics' reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, 54% from the audience on over 100,000 ratings. Over 100,000 ratings for this movie. I mean, check the positive or the negative reviews.
I'm a glass half full of cocaine kind of guy, Zach, or a vase half full of cocaine. Give me the positives.
Hey, John, that's weird. That glass looks half full to me.
Wow. Now that you mention it, it is half full.
Richard Propes of theindependentcritic.com.
Give that man his propes.
Essentially a CIA action thriller with your rather run-of-the-mill buddy flick angle attached to it.
Do you think Richard Propes ever propositions like his significant other in the bedroom?
Propositions.
You ready for the anal probes? Maybe he does it with an accent. Are you ready for the anal probes? Probably not, huh? Was that joke inappropriate?
Michael Compton from Bowling Green Daily News.
Straight out Compton, crazy motherfucker named Michael.
From Paris with Love is dopey, slightly predictable, and probably a little excessive. It's also a lot of fun.
So it's been a while since we had Michael Compton on as a reviewer.
It's been a while.
And since then, I've watched a lot of Bar Rescue. And so now I'm imagining Michael Compton being Chef Compton with a teeny tiny laptop.
Do they ever bring Chef Compton in without a barbecue on site?
No, that's what his thing is.
That's what he does, right?
You got to have a smoker out back so that he can
Yeah.
show you how to make these ribs in like 10 minutes.
Eleanor Ringel Cater from Supporter Report.
Eleanor Ringel. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, there's not a chance you know even another line of that song.
What was her name? All the lowly people.
This thing is fun. Dumb fun. Overdone fun.
Overdone fun. Dumb fun.
David Edelstein of New York Magazine /Vulture.
Do the voice.
Morel will inevitably be compared to John Woo, whom he trounces. He has fewer mannerisms and a keener eye. His fastest, most kinetic shots flow together like frames in a flip book.
Okay, I'll show you how to do the voice. You're always scared to do this, right?
Supercharged.
Oh, Morel will inevitably be compared to John Woo, whom he trounces. I'm from Brooklyn. He has fewer mannerisms and a keener eye. Oh, someone stepped on my pizza. His fastest, most kinetic shots flow together like frames in a flip book. Oh, I missed the A-train. Go Knicks. That's how you do the voice.
Supercharge that whole thing.
That would be funny if he did. And everyone just has to imagine.
We'll just come back with this. Oy vey.
Oh, shit.
All right, I got to be careful here. Nick Pinkerton of Village Voice.
Pinka.
Morel brings in lobotomized entertainment at 90-odd minutes. During the February doldrums, this cannot be underestimated.
I love Pinkerton, all right?
A lot of these positives are pretty critical.
Armand White of New York Press.
Armand is white.
Giddily succinct in ways literal-minded folk will not appreciate. From Paris with Love is an object lesson in the realities of what the Obama administration once euphemized as man-made disaster. Euphemized, not euthanized, euphemized.
I just realized I haven't listened to a single review.
You haven't listened to a single word?
Not one. I have no idea. When Mayes said, oh, they've been really critical, these positive reviews. Like, have they?
Renee Rodriguez of Miami Herald.
The voice? Wait, Mayes, clip in D?
No.
Yeah,
no.
Please, clip it, please.
No. This is Travolta's most enjoyable and energetic performance since Pulp Fiction and Primary Colors, and he's a blast to watch.
Okay, at least clip in her just say,
These white boys is crazy, right?
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Victoria Alexander of filmsandreviews.com.
Victoria Alexander.
Tony Manero, Vincent Vega, Charlie Wax. Travolta has his franchise now. Gleeful Killer Wax makes Bond and Bourne look like clumsy amateurs. Roaring fun.
Was this supposed to be a series?
There's no way, right?
It wasn't supposed to be, but Travolta talks about it in the trivia.
They kind of set it up that these two are now going to go on more adventures together, right?
Yeah, it does seem that way. But first, chess. Negative reviews.
Stop being a pessimist. This tank is not half full. It's half empty.
Nell Minow of BeliefNet.
Of course.
Return to Sender.
Oh, you know what? Surprisingly witty by now. Got to give her up, man.
Kurt Loder of MTV.
Oh, no, the legend.
The movie is a mess.
The movie's a miss you.
Ayo Scott of At the Movies.
Ayo. Scott.
The bazooka was as subtle and witty as the movie.
Yes, it was.
CT5 disappointments, by the way. Stephanie Zacharek of Salon.com.
Zachariski.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Zacharek only during the daytime.
I believe that's the same exact way we did the joke last time her name came up.
Yeah. From Paris with Indifference is more like it.
No, shut up. See, that's why Nell Minow gets it.
J.R. Jones of Chicago Reader.
J.R. Smith.
J.R. Reed. No movie star appears to have more fun in a crap movie than John Travolta, and his inimitable "My check has cleared" glee is the best thing about this lame espionage thriller.
It's not really espionage. I'll just throw that out there.
No.
Brian Orndorff of BrianOrndorff.com. No. A bonkers Travolta is always good for a laugh or two, but the picture doesn't come through on its promise of a cartwheeling good time. It's a shame, since Morel and Besson are capable of such wonderful madness.
Let's go Bible bonkers, God's favorite game.
Rex Reed of Observer. We all know how rotten today's movies can be, but even at the bottom of the slag pit, you won't find a load of garbage any smellier than From Paris with Love.
Sounds like a slur.
Slag felt like a slur.
Yeah.
A hard G there. Your boy, Harvey S. Carden of CompuServe.
CompuServe?
Witness protection.
You've never seen Travolta like this. Do not consider that to be a compliment.
Bald?
And then last one, I had no idea that this was a sign of things to come. Ed Gonzalez of Slant Magazine.
Oh.
It's more cheese than Royale.
You can't give it away in your review, buddy.
To me, I thought it was just a dumb reference, and then...
Oh, you thought he was being a hack?
Yes. I was unprepared. We'll get Amin's first note, May's first note, and my first note after these messages, unless you're a Patreon member, patreon.com/countthedings, in which you get an ad-free episode. Meow.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
Are you still quoting 30-year-old movies? Have you said cool beans in the past 90 days? Do you think Discover isn't widely accepted? If this sounds like you, you're stuck in the past. Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. And every time you make a purchase with your card, you automatically earn cash back. Welcome to the now. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Out here, there's no one way of doing things. No unwritten rules. And no shortage of adventure. Because out here, the only requirement is having fun. Bank of America invites kids 6 to 18 to golf with us. For a limited time, sign them up for a free 1-year membership, giving them access to discounted tee times at thousands of courses. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/golf with us. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Restrictions apply. See BofA.com/golf with us for complete details. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
Amin, what is your first note?
I get Jonathan Rhys-Meyers and Jonathan Rhys-Davies confused all the time. Why do we have two Jonathan Rhys in Hollywood?
Who's the other one?
He's the dwarf in Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
He's Salah in Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Well, one of them's Jonathan and one of them's John, and they're about 40 years apart.
They are 40 years apart, but they're both Jonathans.
I mean, he's John Rhys-Davies, but okay.
Is it short for Jonathan?
Where do you think that John came from?
He doesn't go by Jonathan. Whatever.
Well, maybe his friends. This is tough because I'm yes-anding Amin, but I'm no-butting Mayes. I don't know if it's good improv or not.
Welcome to Cinephobe.
Well, okay.
Well, okay, there it is. Yeah, the happy medium. Mayes, what's your first note?
Surprised it didn't come up in the reviews because I was expecting it to, but I did see a couple of people mention this, and I thought about this halfway through the movie. This is Training Day in France with Louis Pinnock.
Oh, yes. I didn't put that together, but you're right.
Reality has been turned upside down, and now all of a sudden Denzel Washington is Louis Pinnock, and he's in France.
It was always meant to be.
Except if Training Day made Denzel the hero.
Was he not?
Did this movie want to be a comedy?
I got a lot of questions about what this movie wants to be.
It wanted to be Training Day.
Yeah, I do think it wanted to be Training Day.
But it wanted to be Training Day, the franchise, apparently.
Training Days.
With a Z. That's how you know it's urban.
Oh, my first note. The only thing I know about this movie is John Travolta is bald and has a rocket launcher on the movie poster. We're starting off as a file. We'll see where that goes.
Is it like a logs on the back of the truck Final Destination situation where you're waiting for that bazooka the entire time?
Pretty much is, yeah. Spoiler alert, didn't deliver.
Edging movies with Zach Harper.
Oh, CT5 Edges?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The one in the cockpit, number one.
This movie was produced by Europe Corp.
Oh, man. When you were telling the story last night, you had so much detail. The detail was so rich. It was rich detail. Go into incredibly descriptive details of the story so we all know.
Oh, yes.
Now it's time for the scenes. Here's what happened. Bow.
This opening scene is tremendous. Hey, guys, where are we?
Oh, we're in Paris.
I have two loves, my country and Paris. Is a song that's playing on the radio.
J'ai deux amours, mon pays et Paris.
And particular place? Any specific building we might be in?
I mean, I don't know if you caught this, but there is letterhead that lets us know we're in the U.S. Embassy.
Oh, that's where we were.
Yeah.
All right.
It's very subtle. They put it on the screen for about 5 seconds. So
They stayed on that shot.
here, I'm going to give you a chance to read every letter there. We get some heavy introduction exposition. This guy is the aide to an ambassador.
Type aide.
He's a driver.
He's a government employee and he says something along the lines of, that's why you're paying me for. I'm like, no. The ambassador's not paying you.
He's playing chess against the ambassador. And Amin, you're going to get your socks knocked off. This kid's good at chess.
Oh, no way.
Flip bad company.
Whenever I hear numbers, my head converts them into chess moves or seats at the garden. That's the only way I can remember.
Take your time. Just relax. You know the codes. You can do it tonight.
Okay, Queen's Bishop 3, across from mezzanine section 304.
We get some chess jargon. Fisher's ambush on Spassky back in 72.
You want to know how I know who Spassky is? The chess episode of Saved by the Bell. They reference him, this foreign exchange student who's going to face Screech in a chess match for Violet Ann Bickerstaff's Love, played by Tori Spelling. We find out that Spassky was his uncle, but Aunt Sophia has thicker mustache.
I thought you were going to say Spassky is what they called Screech when he plays chess.
He's dead now.
Yeah, I know.
So you can make fun of him or we can't make fun of him?
We can make fun of him. If he's alive, you can't make fun of him.
He died horribly of cancer.
Did he? I thought he killed himself.
You're thinking of Tony Scott.
Yeah, it's Tony Scott jumped off a bridge. Flair for the dramatic.
What?
He couldn't just take some pills? He's like, goodbye, cruel world. Oh!
We're going to criticize how someone killed themselves?
I'm just saying, man. There's attention-grabbing methods.
Reese's phone rings. That's right. His name is Reese, and his real name is Jonathan Reese.
Larry the Cable Guy.
And it gives him specific instructions, same as before. He checkmates the ambassador.
Got his ass.
And on his way out, the ambassador asks, hey, you ever find out which of those two secretaries the foreign minister is banging? The brunette or the blonde?
Afraid both, sir.
He takes off his glasses.
God, I love the French.
Golden Dumpster. Misogyny. Also, is that the first recorded instance in Cinephobe history of JGT, horny guy talk?
No, there's no way that's the first.
It's been 254 episodes of you talking. Go back to the CT5 shapeshifts.
You not remember we did barbed wire?
Who was the horny guy?
Me.
Oh.
Okay. Did you think this was going to come back?
No.
Because I did. Granted, I didn't know what this movie was about until about 20 minutes left in it.
Sure.
The movie came out 2008?
2010.
So I was having this conversation just yesterday, and I said, do you guys remember? It seems like a million years ago. It seems impossibly not of this time, but it wasn't that long ago, where every year in March, NBA.com used to have a bracket of which is the best dance team in the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
The horniest poll ever. And we used to joke when I worked for the Suns, it's like, this is unfair because you have 29 teams with like a bunch of amateurs who are hoping to make it. Like that's a lot of the girls that are on the dance team is because they want bigger aspirations of being backup dancer for Usher or whatever, right? And then you have the Miami Heat, which is a pro franchise. Like these kids are all like, you know, the 2016 Warriors, basically. Like you have a bunch of pros, a bunch of vets out there who are just seamless. And it's just like, to think about it now, that was the thing that was on NBA.com.
Yeah.
That wasn't like Facebook or Hot or Not. That was NBA.com used to have that shit every year.
When I worked for the Raiders that year, the biggest time we had was not them making the playoffs. It was not them making the Super Bowl. It was the Raider cheerleaders calendar getting released.
Yep.
We've never done that much business.
That's a lot of horny guys, man.
You had 2 cheerleaders showing up to each store location pretty much.
You want to buy this Rich Gannon jersey?
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of my way.
I need a calendar to jack off to.
Show me the calendars.
Goddamn Roy Rogers.
Do you think they wait until February? Oh my God. And then they beat off all February long?
No, they're going through the whole thing immediately. You have to. I did.
Was the February one black?
What did that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
JGT.
Amin asked what year the movie came out and then started talking about horny cheerleaders.
But I'm saying like this scene was, because Zach thought this scene would factor back in and it didn't.
And you thought that story would factor back in and it didn't, Mace.
And it won't.
No, it did. Like the thing is that at that time, like you could just throw shit in there and everyone's like, yeah, it's normal. Can't do that anymore. Not appropriate.
All right, we're in the garage.
He swaps a license plate on a BMW.
He's got a code in his trunk that has a gun in
He
it.
observes people drive away, and then he goes home, and his phone rings to say, "Good work, Reese." So this is the part that I thought would be paid off is who's on the phone?
No.
They're never going to tell us.
Raise your hand if you thought what I thought, which is the guy on the phone actually works for the bad guys. And this dude, who's a pawn, the whole thing of like, I want to be more, I want to do more. They found, okay, let me say the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you could do before watching this movie is to be really deep into the show The Agency on Showtime.
Okay.
Because it is basically the same shit. They're in Europe, CIA, and there's all this cloak and dagger espionage happening.
Cloak and Dagger.
One of the things they do, yes.
Weekdays on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Cloak and Dagger.
Mo Decker.
You know what's funny about this reference from you? When I told my parents I had to finish the movie, and my mom said, "What's it about?" And I was trying to describe it. She's like, "Oh, it kind of sounds a little bit like The Agency, spies and CIA and stuff." So this is my second time today that I've heard about The Agency in regards to this movie.
But imagine so The Agency has like Michael Fassbender and Jeffrey Wright. It's an incredible cast. Richard Gere.
Those are the three names that she told me.
And this has Jonathan Taylor Thomas, or whatever the fuck this guy's name.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, yep. Home Improvement.
But anyways, I say all this to say, like, it really fucked me up because I thought they were doing the play, which they do, spoiler, in The Agency, one of the things they do is they find someone in the opposite camp.
I guess I don't have to watch the show now.
Who they figure out is like, feels underappreciated or whatever, and then they pretend to be their superior to get them to do shit. And then they reveal, hey man, guess what? You've been helping your opposition the whole time.
I think my favorite part of this episode so far is Mayes.
All right, we are
frustrated.
6 minutes into the movie, and you have only talked about cheerleader polls and The Agency. Nothing happens until John Travolta shows up. Can we move along?
As you were talking, I was just watching Mayes. The life drained from his face and the frustration build.
Jesus Christ.
All right. They planted a chip on him that he's got to plant somewhere.
A big ass chip.
He wants to do more special ops work. He's ambitious. We don't know if he's working for the embassy or someone else.
He has a girlfriend that he goes home to named Sweet Caroline.
Caroline.
It's spelled Caroline.
Yep.
It's pronounced Caroline the whole time.
Because it's French.
Penelope.
Did you save the world today, James?
Louis Pinnock.
Only you knew, Caroline.
She's got a real fake Penelope Cruz thing happening.
Oh.
And I'm into it.
Penelope Cruz.
She shoves him down in a chair, turns him around, strips down, changes outfits. What do you think about this?
He's horny.
I think, wow.
She is horny, but they're only horny to kiss. It's a very stark contrast from watching how much ass grabbing Seagal did in the last movie to this.
He turns around while she's getting undressed and she goes, Nachet. You guys not menage a note on that?
Is that the one?
That was the one.
That's the one?
I spent all movie thinking of all these other things and I thought you were going to menage.
Oh, same. I mean, I have that note.
Because the way she said it.
Not yet.
For the audience at home, Amin threatened to quit the podcast if we didn't all menage that note.
I didn't menage it, so there you go. Bye, Amin.
Oh, there it is. All right.
See you later.
It was a good run.
Next morning, he's waiting for the ambassador. He hands him a topic list. I've highlighted the 3-point shots. The rest are mostly layups.
Sports.
What?
Tricks the ambassador into inviting him into the meeting so he can plant the chip, which he tries to do by chewing gum, fake coughing that he's choked on the gum, spitting it out, attaching it to the chip, putting it under the desk. The gum does not stick to the desk at all, so it falls down. So he does this a couple of times and has to create distractions before finally stapling the chip to the underside of the desk.
Shoot a staple right through the middle of the circuitry and you'll be fine. You fucking bingo. Also, this was his plan?
Yeah.
Gum.
Also, what the fuck is a Goya?
It's an artist.
It's a can of beans.
No.
Is what I thought.
Oh.
You want to see our Goyas? Like, oh, we got that shit at home.
That's not very cultured of you.
This guy's a terrible fucking agent and is not built for this.
That's obvious from the jump.
That's why I asked, is it a comedy?
And it remains all the way through.
He's bad. He shouldn't do this for a living. He's going to get killed.
He shouldn't be acting for a living either. He's bad.
Lock him in.
There's not even a second.
There's not a contender.
Yeah, there's.
I have a contender.
Oh, you're saying not yet?
This was a part of our deal.
He goes home. He sees some stains on the floor. Looks like blood. He's getting nervous. He goes up to the roof. Film noir. Oh, it's not blood. It's sauce. Caroline was sloshing takeout all over the stairwell.
Did not look like blood. Was Brigitte Nielsen eating French fries in the hallway?
He's getting a phone call. She set up dinner. She's having this big moment. She wants to give him something. This job is different than what he's been given. Short notice. He's got to go to French Customs at the airport to get this guy out of there.
Your partner is being held by French Customs. My partner, Charlie Wax, Cobra Formula.
And activate that daisy chain. Right now, is there some problem? You're busy? No, not at all. Sir, do you realize I'm not special ops certified? He's a man short. Consider yourself a member of the club if you nail this job. He tells her it's a promotion. She's happy. She still wants to give this thing to him because they have 2 things to celebrate. I thought, oh, fuck, she's preggo.
2 things? What else?
Cobra Formula. And the box that she's trying to give him is her father's ring. Damn. If she waited for him to ask, it would never happen. So she has proposed to him. I love this trend.
It's French.
You proposed to me, ladies.
It's European.
I got to find a French lady. That's the way to go.
She says goodbye to him. Remember who your partner really is. Now we're at the airport and you can hear Travolta.
Oh my God.
Off camera from the jump.
Golden Dumpster, CT5 all-time disembodied voice. You want to check me out?
You want to stick your finger up my ass?
Is that what you want to do? Go ahead and do it. I'll bend over. You can stick your finger up my ass.
He's shouting about his bag full of energy drinks. Reese can't believe that it's Charlie Wax. The French hate these cans.
French hate these cans.
And the logo of Rattlesnake energy drink is the child of the anaconda and the oat panther. More on that. Look at this photograph.
Oh, look at this photograph. Oh, yes.
That's the first thing that I thought Amin was going to insist needed to be a menage.
Oh.
What's in energy drinks anyway?
There's corn syrup, there's caffeine, there's water, and a cool label.
Cool label.
That's all it is. Cracks one open, takes the tiniest sip that made me think it's poison, and he's trying to trick them into trying it to kill them. I got to go assumptions here. I don't know what the fuck's happening in this movie.
Clip this whole bonanza.
This entire rant on motherfucker. It's great.
Motherfucker.
I like that.
Golden Dumpster.
It will never enter France. Well, that's all we got here, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Don't get your panties up in a bunch just because I use the M word as an adjective, as in when I landed at this airport, I was confronted by a self-important, American-hating, frog leg eating, snail sucking, motherfucking cock sucking bureaucrat. Because I'd rather use it as a noun, as in, this motherfucker hates Americans so much, even though we saved his country ass in not only 1 world war, but 2, he still won't let me through with my cans. So now that we're clear on how I use the M word, with no disrespect to you or your official capacity as the guardian of your country's borders, I'll just move on with my cans.
Non, monsieur, ça ne fera jamais en France. It will never enter France, okay?
Well, how am I supposed to have the energy to enjoy the endless pleasures of your fine city?
Louis Pinnock comes home, man.
Oh, see, I'm not there yet.
Because he's going in and out of being agitated guy and you the ignorant motherfucker. Straight Louis Pinnock.
Corn syrup, caffeine, and water. I'm the fucking delivery boy.
All these years.
Reese offers him an espresso, wants him to clear customs. He pulls Wax aside. Wax holds up a Chinese food restaurant business card. I hear they make a killer egg foo yang, so slip this guy some bills and let's get me over there.
That's not how they do things here.
Well, that's how I do things. Why don't you call the embassy and get me a different driver who will comply to the way I do things?
Not your driver, I'm your partner? Yeah, you the chess player. I read your file.
Just playing, motherfucker. You play?
Do I look like I play board games? You get this guy laid, give him a box of Cohibas, bottle of Chivas, do whatever it takes. Just get it done.
Get her done.
Reese slaps a diplomatic mail sticker on the bag. Wax does a pelvic thrust.
Fucking humps the air so vigorously.
Checkmate, motherfucker.
Got to them driving the car. Okay, so why did we need this whole scene when he could have just walked up and slapped that red tape on there that said diplomatic mail and they're out?
Because he's bad at his job, Zach.
Oh, okay.
When they assigned him Charlie Wax, what was his job? Do you guys remember?
Pick him up, drive him around.
Other than the first time they get in the car, he never drives again. The rest of the movie.
It's Travolta or it's a different agent. Yeah, you're right.
Well, he's busy holding the vase.
That's true.
Which is a horseman. Can't wait to get to it.
The vase might be ass off.
Reese tells him that wasn't necessary. Turns out Wax has a secret ingredient, gun parts hidden in the energy drink cans. Hence the diversionary tactics of the grammatical version of motherfucker.
To which Reese says, get you any weapon you want. Why are you smuggling weapons?
He's attached to that gun, calls it Mrs. Jones.
No, fuck. I like that gun.
Save note too.
You knew I'd like that gun.
Yes, ka-ching.
He starts singing Billy Paul.
Does he ever use the gun?
Yeah.
Very quickly, he moves on to silencers and every other gun. You're gonna make it his shit. Make it his shit, man.
Till death do us part.
So you mean everything back there was, and Travolta just, you didn't get that?
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on?
We're doing a bit here.
That's a horseman. They're inside a Chinese restaurant.
It's Le Lotus de Neige. That's snow. That's not an ope, okay?
Oh.
Snow in French.
We'll let the Chinese be the judge of that.
Nate, can you clip the song when they walk into the Chinese restaurant? Because that shit is a banger.
No gravy. Leave it to the French to fuck up China's #1 dish.
It's not Chinese, it's American.
Bullshit.
It was invented by a Jewish guy in San Francisco.
Bullshit again.
I'm telling you the truth. There's nothing Chinese about it, not even the name. Fu Young's got nothing to do with what's in that dish.
Oh, so you're not only a chess master, you're a Chinese language specialist.
Level 2 Mandarin at Cambridge Night School.
Really?
And the Chinese word for egg is dan.
Cambridge Night School? That can't be real.
I would give it a Sean Astin, but sadly, there's more.
He calls the maitre d' over, who's fourth generation from Brussels and doesn't speak Chinese.
Says this in a thick Chinese accent.
Like your algorithm.
Come on.
Wax slams his head into the table, draws his gun. Maybe this is something he does speak.
Puts the gun to his head. He's looking for a Pakistani Chinese dish.
Wants dessert.
They have fortune cookies.
Let's order off the menu then. The guy tries to offer him creme brulee from down the street. No. More in the mood for something you sniff off a spoon. Something you buy by the kilo.
Boom. Gunfight. All the other waiters and chefs start coming out, firing on him.
All the kitchen staff?
Using this gun, mows down everybody.
He's whipping the maitre d' around by his scarf. Dramatic slow motion reload. Reese is hiding in the corner.
What a bitch.
He wants to leave. Wax says, did I say we're done?
With what?
I can get you coke somewhere else. He brands the maitre d' with the hot tip of the gun.
I did like that. That's Golden Dumpster.
The guy keeps shouting, no blow, no blow.
That's what Zach shouts.
Wax looks at the ceiling, grabs an Uzi, shoots up the and now it is raining cocaine. Why would it be loose in the ceiling?
Why would your dad? He barks at Reese. Empty that vase and collect some of that shit.
It's a fuckload of cocaine.
Yes.
Hey, are we going to transport those contents into a more logistically sound carrying device?
No, the vase is great and super low profile.
Does it pay off?
I guess maybe.
No.
No?
Because when it happens, I said, well, that's not a payoff.
Nope. He tastes the cocaine. You ever notice the closer you get to the people that make this shit, the better it tastes? From the taste, we're about 2 people removed from the chef who's got the recipe for this very fine product. He can taste all of the baking soda and shit that's cut down this cocaine.
He wants the waiter to go tell the person who delivers it that they've got a message.
Wax on, wax off.
Reference?
Yes.
But not really.
No. That's a lazy reference.
They hop back in the Escalade, drive around to the back alley and park.
Is Sean Astin for this movie one of many that there's nothing but Cadillacs in Paris?
Yes. That is absolutely Sean Astin.
I get it's the U.S. ambassador, but that can't be.
It felt odd, so that Escalade was respected as a professional car.
They would just have Land Rovers or BMWs or something.
There are no Escalades in France. I guarantee you that.
Escalade.
R.I.P.
Reese mocks him.
Wax on, wax off.
What about it?
I don't get it. What are you, the Karate Kid or something?
If you want to be a secret agent man, you have to roll like a secret agent man. It's code.
Code?
Yeah, code.
I said code reformula.
Wax is on, he's going to take you off. Gives him something to think about. Throws him off balance.
Placeholder writing.
Threw you off balance, Zach. Admit it.
They see the maitre d' jogging.
Tailing him.
Reese wonders if the cocaine vase is evidence. Evidence, my ass. Where we're heading, it's better than cash.
He says it's because of this college girl named Charlotte.
Charlotte?
I can't do all this Cobra formula, man. I can't.
Scored some shit at that Chinese restaurant. Next thing you know, she's ODing. But this works because now Reese is on board because it turns out that Charlotte was the Secretary of Defense's niece.
Shut down the whole operation top to bottom, chef to chief. No problem with that. They follow the waiter to this back area behind some buildings. There's a group of street toughs looking at the car. Reese says, you can't park here. Well, I just did.
Ass off eyes.
This is when I went, oh, fuck. He's really bringing back Lewis Pinnock.
He kicks it into high gear here.
He really goes into it here.
Are you
You're unbelievable, man.
Muscle you up, Pod.
Hit that D really hard too. Pard?
Pard.
He replaced the gun case with heavy artillery. I don't know when.
Yeah.
But they broke into Reese's Escalade and totally loaded it up.
Again, nothing explained. It made me wonder, well, if he punches in a certain code, does then another layer of it open that this guy doesn't have access to that has this whole arsenal? Does it make sense?
No, I thought that he reprogrammed his gun safe and reloaded it. And someone else did that in the last day.
Hey, enculé touriste. T'es trompé sorti.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just use your Cambridge level 2. Tell them we're interested in what they're selling.
What kind of heads do they call this group of Asian street toughs?
I don't remember. Maybe clip it because I don't want to say it.
These are dragon heads.
I said very audibly.
Absolutely. Out loud.
There's a 7-minute stretch right here where he channels straight Keanu Reeves.
I think we should just buy what they're selling and get the hell out of here.
Oh, man, I just gave you a straight-up Hong Kong Shaw Brothers Kung Fu motherfucking chop suey show, and you're worried about this candy-ass street gang.
That was against kitchen staff.
Kitchen staff? There's no kitchen staff shedding lead like that.
Hang tough. Playoffs?
Yeah.
You unbelievable, man. No kitchen staff, Hoss.
Hoss.
No kitchen staff, Hoss.
Well, maybe not. But these guys look like they're gonna make those guys look like choir boys.
Well, they ain't no L.A. Maria Villa gang. Just some Asian dudes. Now, we're cool with the Asian dudes. Am I right, brother?
Wrong, brother.
The guy whips out a butterfly knife, Wax flips him over in slow motion, beats the shit out of the whole crew. He's snapping necks, he's flipping guys. He grabs a baseball bat and a crowbar, then he throws them down. Now tell me that wasn't some impressive shit.
Kitchen staff.
EGT.
Now you the ignorant motherfucker.
That's what he was saying to Reese.
LPT? Louis Pinnock talk?
Yes. Horseman.
Horseman.
Done deal. And ladies and gentlemen, the Sean Astin digging a pool for this episode. A group of Asian street toughs in France have a baseball bat. There are no baseball bats in France. Cricket bat? Maybe.
All right, they go up the stairs, they get in the building. It tells him to stay one floor below him, right? He doesn't want these guys crawling up his ass. So, all right, he goes up, he's shooting, guys are flying downstairs.
I like this repetition of off-camera gunshot, body flying down the spiral staircase.
Reese finally catches up to him. How many more do you think there are? Last census? About 1 billion.
Oh, that was an ope.
Banter.
That's a big time ope.
Combination.
They open a door. Children are dancing for a group of silent adults.
Oh.
They jam a gun in a guy's back. He makes Reese translate. I have an address book with every dealer, pimp, and prostitute in your network. He wants the address of the man who delivers their cocaine. Gives him 20 seconds. Think about the children. He writes the address. They leave. More gunmen burst in and chase them out. They go into a mannequin factory.
What? Why?
Is this a callback later on?
Yes, 100%.
This is the callback?
Yes, but also, this is the #1 movie of the mannequin popo community with the most mannequin popos in one shot in film history.
Let's not forget there are a lot of mannequins in that one scene in the toy, okay?
Do they have popos out?
Popos out? I'd have to rewatch it. Probably not.
Probably not. Is that a department store?
The mannequin community is segmented, Zach. Some of the mannequin enthusiasts are really big into popos.
Mm-hmm.
Some mannequins, I've discovered this in Miami, they have cheeks.
Oh, no, that's more and more common.
Yeah?
21st century, man.
Zach, so you're an enthusiast, huh?
I've been to malls in LA. Sorry. Miami's not the only place that has BBLs selling left and right, so people need to know how this looks.
Travolta takes cover.
I'm sorry to pull an Amin here. Did I tell you about the person I knew who was mad at me because I wasn't sensitive to her when she had surgery? And I said, well, you got a BBL. It's not really surgery.
What's her Instagram handle?
I don't remember.
What's her name?
Nothing you would recognize. All right, so we got Mannequin's warehouse.
Nothing you would recognize.
He crouches down. He shoots the guy in the knee. He's gunning people down. He asks Reese for cover, then he kicks a cage of mannequins across the room. This works perfectly. Everybody's distracted.
They keep shooting at it like they don't notice that they're mannequins.
He runs out with machine guns in slow motion through snowing chunks of mannequin and sparks and all kinds of debris in the air.
He's ducking, dipping, diving, ducking, dodging all over the place, man.
Wax asks Reese for his gun, picks it up off a table, shoots the last guy, sniffs the gun in slow motion, then nods to say, let's go.
That's one of the look at these photographs, Maze, that won't transfer. So
what, him smelling the gun? It's great.
And also Reese peeking above the table.
He's on the phone. Yesterday you were unscrewing license plates. Today you're working with our top operative. Isn't that what you want?
Reese is complaining. They tell him to shut up. Don't call again till the job is done. Do exactly what Wax says.
Caroline calls. She's mad. Phone cuts out. Low battery. They go to the Eiffel Tower.
For breakfast.
Not that.
That's breakfast on the Eiffel Tower. Also an 11-time repeat offender, Eiffel Tower.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Ty Travolta.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Up in the elevator, Travolta does a bump because what else would you do when you're about to go kill some people?
They've been up all night.
And he bullies them and peer pressures them.
Do some because I need you to take the edge off. And this bingo grabs a fistful of cocaine.
It was like the sumo wrestler I saw in Japan. You're supposed to take a little bit of salt and toss it in the ring for the purifying of the mat.
Yeah.
He took a fistful and fucking chucked it in the air. Like it was goddamn LeBron James.
Tell me it's your first time without telling me it's your first time.
And then lost. Got his ass kicked.
I do love this clip when he goes, ooh, this blow, that blow, it's all blow.
All that blow.
This is not the same stuff the Secretary of Defense's niece snorted, right?
Oh, this blow, that blow, it's all blow.
Yeah, but the blow that she took gave her cardiac arrest.
Yeah, well, if we were taking that shit, we'd be foaming at the mouth. Wake up. It's never been about the coke.
What about Charlotte? The Secretary of Defense's niece.
Are you high? There ain't no niece. Woo! Man, that shit is strong. You might be feeling some side effects by now.
Right.
Guess what? He was completely bullshitting about Charlotte, the Secretary of Defense's niece. That was all lies.
You are? Ain't no niece.
Back in the Escalade, Reese is starting to lose his shit.
I don't know where the fuck we're going or what the fuck this is about. What do you think this is about? It's about terrorists. It's about terrorists, man.
Is it?
Converting their finances into drugs so they can move it around without being detected. It's about buying any type of explosive which can shred anybody. Men, women, kids, cats, dogs, you name it. Terrorists. Oh, shit!
Meanwhile, the PCP of the cocaine has hit Reese as he's getting traumatized by Wayne Brady.
Dave, I didn't know that you like to get wet. What do you mean wet? Yeah, brother. That's PCP. Angel dust. Sherman Hemsley. Love boat.
He slams on the brakes. Coke goes all over the dashboard. Now he's trying to scoop it back into the vase while Wax is cocking his gun.
This is exactly like Dennis spilling cereal and It's Always Sunny.
Same notes.
Menage, yes.
And that was the menage that I thought you were talking about, Amin, again.
Oh, see, I thought it was Louis Pinnock.
Dumb bitch.
Oh.
Well, that's what happens when he
points to the guys in the alleyway, act the part like you're some drug addict. Gonna go ahead and tell him he wants 2 big-titted chicks in that building.
Reese only asked for 1 girl. The guy calls him a cuck, spits on the ground. Wax hands Reese a bunch of condoms. Enjoy. They're ribbed. I got them off a Swede in Thailand.
What?
Worldly advice. Horseman.
What about the pimp? Go for it. Whatever gets you off.
They're in the elevator, and guess what? Caroline walks by. Oh, my God.
a whorehouse.
As he is like, oh, my God, she's going to kill me, all this stuff. How do I explain this? My question, what is Caroline doing in a building full of prostitutes and pimps? Wax, 5 seconds later, asked the exact same question. Same note too, Wax.
Yeah, I did SNTB in my notes as well with Wax.
Well, she's a fashion student, so obviously they sell fabric where prostitutes hang out in Paris.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry, nope. But a box fan? Happily, yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
This episode is brought to you by PetSmart. Stop by for Yappy Hour with your pet at PetSmart. Save $5 on walk-in grooming services like nail trims, ear cleaning, brushing, and more. No appointment needed every weekday from 2 to 6 p.m. And while you're there, Yappy Hour includes exclusive in-store deals, like 25% off pet toys. Visit services.petsmart.com/grooming to learn more.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
They bust into an apartment with a German dude. We find out they speak a little German, just like Hildy in Django Unchained.
Reese demands his phone charger. Wax loves it. He loves when Reese starts showing any sign of aggression. That's that big ball shit I'm looking for.
Takes the guy's charger so he can charge his phone. They look outside bank where they're laundering their money.
What are they looking for?
Look for a Pakistani with a big bag of Coke or a supercharge pushing a wheel cart filled with cash.
And just like that, this movie turns from racist against East Asians to racist against West Asians. Seamless transition.
Racism.
Cut to him looking out the window. He's on the phone with Caroline. Wax is fucking the girl in the room.
Shaking the walls.
Grunting.
She tells him to bring his friend for dinner. Now there's a banging at the door. Wax comes out. God, I love this country. He tells Reese to kill the Pakistani pimp. The door bursts open. They're beating Reese up. Wax casually sees his target.
He does not give a fuck.
Then eventually shoots the two guys beating up Reese. Next time I tell you to shoot the fucker, shoot the fucker.
Strong 30 seconds of letting him get his ass fucking curb stomped.
Cut to them tailing those guys casually. You can't tail someone when you have a big giant vase full of Coke in your hands.
Low profile.
There's nothing incognito about that.
Wax stops to buy a hat, opens his watch, which tracks the guys with CGI satellite imaging out of nowhere.
Lots of jargon. One of them says, Eagle Eye has eyes on it. I say, Eagle Eye, huh? They said it.
You in a daisy chain?
Maybe.
Does that qualify?
It sure does.
What is this movie about?
Terrorism, Zach.
What's the story?
Terrorism and drugs.
Yeah, he told us last scene.
But I haven't seen any of that. I see the drugs.
It's about terrorists, man.
He shut up a Chinese restaurant.
That was to get to the terrorists.
By the way, Reese does not have what it takes.
No.
At all.
They go to the Parisian projects. He figured Parisian shitholes would be nicer.
Find out he's from East New York.
Watch a lot of Star Trek, Kirk or Spock. Uhura.
What the fuck's Uhura?
It's the black chick.
Nerd.
Do we know what Reese's background was? Did he grow up in the suburbs or whatever?
Oh, no. I mean, Cypress Houses, East New York.
Oh, okay.
Half-ass exposition.
Only kid to make it off his block alive because Jan was there earlier.
Only kid to make it off the block alive.
Murdering children?
That's not the work of Jan. Jan needs them alive.
I wouldn't put it past him.
As he gets older, your tastes change, right?
They both grow up poor, so I guess this is bonding. They find the Rose of Gandhara van. Remember that name? They want to spend lots of American dollar and buy drugs. There's a bunch of child drug soldiers, draw guns on them, want their jewelry and stuff. Wax says, I'm going to give you some advice I picked up in Somalia.
I said, I don't know where he was going with that. I didn't like it.
When a shaky 10-year-old points a gun in your face, you do whatever the fuck he wants.
Now get down. They just want our bling. This was not written in 2009.
They take the ring off of Reese. No, my girlfriend gave me that. Travolta says, I swear that girl's going to get you killed.
I swear that girl's going to get you killed.
Same note too, bro.
Rufio, the leader of the Lost Boys, comes out. Kid tosses him the ring.
I called him young Frank Dukes all grown up. He says, I think it looks better on me. He sounded like young Frank Dukes to me.
Kilo, you think it's Bogota?
You think it's Bogota?
Wax tastes the Coke again, can identify exactly the components. His palate is incredible, especially for cocaine.
This dude knows his Coke.
I'm not going to be a punching bag.
Maybe you can sniff it off your homeboy's ass.
Immediately grabs the gun, twists his hand, has him on the ground, gun to his head. All the kids pull on him.
It's not our deal.
Now maybe you can get off your jive ass and hook me up with a player who can hook us up.
Whoa!
No, now, Lou, nobody called anyone a JT.
Find out he wants 5 kilos. 5 kilos could get him whatever. It doesn't.
Tell us where the Pakistans are. Not the Pakistanis.
Nah, the Pakistans.
Reese explains the law. Wax heavy-handedly gives him a signal. Reese smashes the vase on the ground, and all the guys run away from the cocaine because that could be 15 years in prison.
For each kilo.
Wax loves it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Like he's fucking Flava Flav.
As Reese beats up Rufio for the ring.
He's slapping him.
Rufio is going down to the death for this ring. For this piece of shit, by the way.
Yeah.
What is it made out of? Lead?
It is lead.
Aluminium.
It is 100% lead.
They go upstairs to an old man who gives us some wisdom.
Well, this guy's going to come back, right?
At my age, there's nothing to worry about. With the world we left you are the ones who should be worried.
Message.
Mint tea?
Is he an old spy?
Zach, I thought he was higher up in the organization.
I thought he was a guy on the phone.
He's just the man who lives in the apartment above the apartment they actually want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
He's not an old spy.
Nope.
Not retired from espionage.
Nope.
Not the man on the phone earlier in the movie.
Nope. Not a drug dealer.
Apparently, he's Rashid's girlfriend's dad because he says so-and-so's not here right now.
Yeah.
Jasmine.
Oh.
What was her name? I didn't write it. Give me that look.
I can show you the world.
Wax has an extendo camera stick, checks out the apartment underneath. He's going to take the scenic route out the window. Gives Reese an earpiece, drinks the mint tea. That's good shit. How can I get some? You can't. It's homegrown.
Nana.
All right. Thanks for your hospitality, old man.
Homegrown nana.
Nana.
Na 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 na.
Jumps down through the window, immediately guns down a guy.
Doors wired with explosives.
He's hiding horribly.
Kills everybody. There's a fireman pole down to the 9th floor. That's when he dives face first.
Golden fucking dumpster.
Scorpion hooks his legs around the pole, slides down, keeps gunning people down. Reese tries to stop the bagman who kills himself with Reese's gun.
Another look at this photograph that I could not quite capture.
Yeah.
The moment he puts the gun in his mouth, go, ah, and the look on his face.
Wax tells him nice work.
What's so nice about it? How about the fact that he's dead and you're alive?
Cobra formula?
How many got out? 2, maybe 3. Can't catch them now.
This is when he does some quick math of how long it would take to run outside. 6 seconds to floor, 54 seconds as he's connecting the wires of a C4 vest. 5 seconds to cross the lobby, 4 seconds to get to the car. Drops the vest onto the car. Perfect timing. Explosion.
Small explosion.
And then there was none.
It's very localized, right? This suicide vest was only going to blow up the car, not anything else.
There were 7 bricks of explosives in that vest.
Yeah.
You're telling me it makes that small explosion?
You remember Rush Hour? The C4 that was in the trunk and Chris Tucker shoots the car and it destroys 3 city blocks.
Maybe it wasn't C4 on the vest, but it was fucking 7 bricks of explosives.
Maybe it was C3.
Cops are going to be there soon. Reese walks by a mirror, looks at the blood on his face. He's horrified.
Has a full-on panic attack.
He starts washing his face. What a bingo.
He starts scrubbing his face dry with just moving the blood around while he's at a sink. And then he's like, you know what? Turn the water on.
This guy doesn't have it. They look at a Pepe Silvia board covered in pics of Reese. Why would this be? He's a low-level nothing. What the fuck? I was wondering the same thing. Suddenly run out of explanations? You don't know where this is heading?
Fuck no, I just follow a bouncing ball. Right now that leads to you.
I got nothing to do with this, Wax.
Like the Dark Knight. I'm like a dog chasing cars.
He grabs stuff, says, let's go. Cops come running up the stairs. Reese wants to warn them about the rigged door on the 10th floor. Wax says that's not a fucking option. Their job is to save lives.
We don't finish our job, thousands of people could get killed. Reese says they should be protecting people. It's not time for a fucking body count. It's too late.
It explodes. Gets them out of the building.
They leave the Escalade behind. Reese is worried about the Escalade. Travolta slams on the brakes to explain how stupid his plan is. I'll be quick. Quicker than this, and he reverses full speed into a parked car, which triggers a bomb under the Escalade. It explodes.
Cobra formula.
What the fuck, Wax?
Fucking boom. Work for you?
You're fucking crazy.
This movie is dripping with vague exposition. I still don't know what this movie's about.
Terrorists.
About drugs.
No.
It's about terrorists. It's about terrorists, man.
No, it's not.
Wax tells Reese he did good today. They're meeting trench coats on a bridge, gives them a duffel bag of evidence, gets a brown paper bag. What I got in this bag is going to get me killed one day.
Now, this is where I thought, oh, Travolta isn't CIA.
Right.
His twin brother is.
He's a mercenary who's fucking up the whole operation.
Every man's got his vices. And in my case, locals here call my vice a Royale with cheese.
Is this a fucking fourth wall reference? Motherfucker, what?
My favorite part, though?
Phobe.
They couldn't even get McDonald's on board because they're eating unmarked, bland hamburgers.
Unmarked non-sequential Royales with cheese.
In a massive brown paper bag.
Huge.
I thought there was at least $300,000 in that bag. Nope. Couple of burgers. Hands it to Reese. Reese throws that shit away. I said, you fucking ungrateful little shit.
I know.
Reese wonders if they can go home, wonders, what if it's never over? What if we can't beat these guys? What guys? Wax has killed everyone.
The terrorists.
He's killed every single person.
The terrorist, Mayes.
The drug dealers, Zach. You want to go ask the guy you shot what it feels like to win.
Yeah.
That's a great rebuttal.
Mm-hmm.
Like May said, you've murdered everybody. What are you talking about? Who's going to win here?
Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. He goes, no, you need to. You keep guys like me honest.
What?
All of a sudden, they're supposed to have chemistry. He calls them a perfect match. And then, guess what? I know you guys just had Royales with cheese. Let's go have dinner. Bang, bang.
A bang, bang, yeah. Cut to dinner.
Reese gets home. Caroline's friend Nicole is there. Who's this girl? Doesn't matter. Wax is horny.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you're not busy making men's jaws drop?
What I mean, just jotted that one down.
That might work on girls in the red light district. Well.
Yep.
And then he says, I spend most of my money on cars and women. Not in that order, I hope.
Now she's into it.
That worked?
Yes.
That's when I knew she was a spy.
That's how he knew too.
That can't possibly work.
Wax gets a call. He finds static on the stereo. Tells the ladies he's in the cloak and dagger division of the embassy. Reese says, mostly cloak. Wax, mostly dagger.
The first thing he says is, I'm an importer. Not going to say what kind of importer he says. Exactly. He's talking to a Pakistani girl, though.
He knew what he was doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Nicole asks if he's killed anyone today. Well, let's see. 1 an hour on average. Callback. Everyone laughs. Reese tries to join in. Goes poorly.
And what type of people did you kill today, James?
You know, the usual. Bad guys.
He's so bad at this.
What, acting or being a CIA operative?
Yes.
Yes, and?
Bad guys, baddest ass, suicide bested, cold-hearted Pakistani motherfuckers inside of Karachi. No, well, seriously, I mean, we took down a whole terrorist cell today. Tell them.
That's what we were doing in the elevator when you saw us.
Truth. But he's being modest. Tell him how you saved the day.
I helped.
Did you at least catch them all?
Not sure, but find out soon enough. All right, let's party. Let's party, yeah.
Cheers.
Wax is doing lifting up a napkin with his boner trick to charm the ladies at dinner. He says, rise, Mr. Ghost.
What do you guys think that was? I like you.
I mean, wrote that one down too.
I want to know how to do the trick, first of all. Travolta is ass off, but you know who else is ass off?
Charlie Wax.
Charlie Wax is all the way ass off here.
Nicole's phone rings. She says, sorry, no Rose here, wrong number. Wax gets very serious. That's the call we've been waiting for. And he blows Nicole's brains out.
Immediately. No questions asked.
Espionage.
Rose is a code word, like the Rose from the van outside the projects about 10 minutes ago.
Is that what that is?
Her number is on every cell phone they found.
God damn
Caroline says, she's Pakistani, you stupid fuck. It doesn't mean she's a terrorist.
There's so much vague exposition, but the callbacks, like the mannequin warehouse, the rose on the fucking, these are the worst callbacks.
Starts ripping the place apart, proves that the place is bugged.
Oh, wait. The rose was from the...
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. Finds out the ring is bugged.
That huge honker of a ring is a tracker.
That lead ring that keeps the x-rays from giving him cancer.
It also looked like it had been run through those machines where you put a penny in there.
Yep. Penny smasher, yeah, absolutely. They got a gun to her.
Why, Caroline?
Wax is going nuts. She pulls a gun from under an armoire.
Schifferobe.
Shoots Reese in the shoulder. Hops out the window.
I told you that fucking chick would get you killed.
Call back.
Wax jumps down on the roof after her. She's parkouring all over the place.
Yep.
She goes across a wooden beam. This is another thing I thought Amin was trying to menage. He goes full Carson Phillips jumping across that fucking thing.
Absolutely. Menage, that's it.
Flying squirrel. She hops in a Volvo station wagon. He calls in the plate number. Next day, they're tearing his apartment up. 17 microphones, 5 cameras, 2 in the bedroom. That's 1 less than Gerard Butler put in the nursery.
Hope you got some good moves on you, buddy boy, if it gets on YouTube.
I fucked up.
Nah, you're just in love, man. Love's always a bitch.
Yeah? What do you know about love?
Well, once in the Congo, twice in Beirut. Same girl. I ain't made of stone, no matter what you think.
You didn't notice any of this shit?
No, he sucks.
He's terrible.
My favorite part was she planned all this stuff, and her retort was, you picked the apartment.
Bad reply.
No, it's a great reply.
No, it's a guilty reply. Because it would be like, no, I didn't do anything. She's like, well, you got the apartment. How could I have done this stuff?
If she had picked the apartment, then you'd be like, oh, it was already done, and then he moved in. They planted all that shit under your watch?
Yeah, he works a lot.
All he does is change out license plates.
Play chess.
It gets better when he says, I never asked her a single thing about herself. I don't know anything about her.
But agreed to be engaged?
Well, to be fair, he was a little distracted when she proposed.
That shit must be amazing.
Maze, you gotta clip it from Escape Plan.
She was my favorite whore in Marrakesh. Man, she could polish a helmet.
She calls from a payphone, gives some really half-ass exposition about meeting a man who opened her eyes to his faith.
Not just her eyes.
Everything made sense in her life, knew she had a purpose. To lie to me? To shoot me? To serve my cause. She hangs up. They use some sophisticated audio software to determine that she's on a highway.
Wax has them play it back, drop her voice, up the background noise. They listen for disembodied voices. Then the agents around them complain about the new format of this cell phone call.
There's only one highway, apparently, in all of Paris. It's the Périphérique.
Sure.
Périphérique.
A pair of Derriques? Where?
What? To give people who have never been to France context, it would be like being in LA.
I can hear the 405.
Nope, not the 405. She's on the interstate.
Yeah, or like the Beltway in DC.
Yeah.
Where on the Beltway?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All we know is they're leaving Paris, and that's when we find out at the same time there's a delegation landing at the airport.
Is that what this movie's about?
It's about terrorists. It's about terrorists, man.
The ambassador or whatever is like, where are you? The delegation just landed. They're like, what delegation?
Right.
What are we talking about?
Agreed.
The Africa Aid delegation.
Same note too.
That shit when he was chewing gum at the beginning of the movie.
Are you trying to peg him with AIDS right now? What are you saying?
You guys are unstorytellable, man.
Wax grabs one of these random guys to drive him. Is that it? Don't you want to think about this for a second, Wax? You think about it. You're the chess player.
That's the only reason he played chess.
There's an Audi hauling ass through Paris.
They're going after the motorcade. They find the Volvo. We have a chase.
Ghost ride my Volvo.
Reese goes through a picture book.
He's looking at these photographs. Every time he looks at the next to the left.
Wax asks for heavy metal, and this driver, with his ass fully on, says, how about this?
Why is he French?
Flips a switch. Backseat flips up.
Ooh, come to daddy.
There is the rocket launcher. Fuck yes.
No, fuck. I like that gun. You knew I'd like that gun. Yes, the ching.
He's leaning out the window, holding the rocket launcher, trying to get a shot at this car. His phone rings and he answers it.
Yeah, you never know, Zach.
I'm a little busy, Reese. I'm about to smoke your girlfriend's car.
Says she's not in it.
Reese is at home and he found
pretty picture.
Once again, I thought, oh no, is this the menage a note that he wanted? A drawing of Nancy Pelosi's kente cloth.
Oh, see, I thought it was Dennis drawing some more women's.
Yeah, that's what I had. Boobs.
Yeah.
Reese says that Caroline is not in the car. She's going to the summit as a delegate. Wax wants visual confirmation. It's a mannequin.
It's a fucking mannequin in the passenger seat.
From the beginning of the movie.
Fuck off.
This story is untellable is what it is.
Luc Besson.
Luke.
Go fuck yourself.
Wax wants to go up on a bridge to get a clear shot. He also calls the Secretary of Defense, who shakes off a terrorist threat like she's Steve Nebraska and doesn't know what the signs for the pitch means. Hey, Mr. Secretary of State, there might be a terrorist attack. Meh.
He gets up to the overpass. He's got a shot, doesn't have it, bumps into Mr. Highway. Terrorist arms the bomb in his car. He's headed right for the motorcade. Wax says, come on, baby, one shot. Fires, gets the car before it hits the motorcade. A mannequin head burnt goes flying. I said, oh, is there a Mrs. Highway?
Mrs. Highway, no! Was my note.
Those popos.
Welcome to Paris, baby. Got to the summit. Reese is trying to get in.
She already used his ID, so security is stopping him. The ambassador calls him over personally. Then he's got a gun, so he gets flagged again. He gets to tell this to his ambassador boss. I know the suicide bomber, sir. She's my fiance. Your fiance? She's been using me as cover all along.
Cobra formula. Immediately to the brig.
All right.
Have you ever said that out loud?
There's been absolutely no intel on it. He says, I can't shut down the summit on a vague assumption. I said, the whole fucking movie's been a vague assumption. What are you talking about? Are you sure she's in there? No, I'm not. What? She used your card. How fucking pussy whipped is this guy?
Reese is rushing around trying to find Nancy Pelosi, but there are a dozen identical orange cloaks with big hoods, so he goes in and grabs the gun off of a different Secret Service agent. Not Gerard Butler.
This is Dennis telling them there's an order for 100 dresses, and they can't believe it. He made 12 of these?
He finally recognizes Caroline's heels
from the beginning of the movie.
When she put on the shower curtain dress, those are the shoes that she was wearing.
She unveils the bomb vest that apparently doesn't set off any metal detector or anything.
No.
Nope.
How'd she get through?
Reese wants to help her. I don't need any help. I am at peace.
Gotta talk her out of it.
He tries to tell her that he loves her, even though she shot him in the shoulder and has a bomb vest strapped to her.
Buddy, this is like telling the stripper, I love you. What is he doing?
But then he shoots her anyways.
Of course.
Yeah, because she started raising her hand back to the vest, and then luckily Wax is in there. I don't know how he got in so easily.
Wax did the ghost trick. That's how he got in.
Catches her body before it hits the ground, disarms it, fade to black.
It was a firefight.
Please excuse what I'm about to say.
Oh boy.
Why is this U.S. delegation lady such a cunt?
Ouch.
Am I wrong?
That could be.
Amin's gonna defend her somehow in a full reversal of
no but
his history on this podcast. Yeah. She says her ass is melting from being in the limo too long.
Limo's hot.
Didn't fly 10 fucking hours for your ass to melt this.
It's a long flight.
And she wants that person fired, whoever causes delay. What? You couldn't tell her, hey, this place almost got blown up?
Someone's responsible.
Wax jokes about acknowledgement and compliments. Thanks, Secretary of State. Now they're at the airport. Reese gets Wax a Royale with cheese. Callback.
Yeah.
Oh, he gives him an envelope with the photo booth strip of his former fiance that he just shot in the head.
You know what I love about the Royale with cheese references is that whoever wrote this / decided it should be in the movie said, you know who really enjoy this movie? People who like Pulp Fiction.
The movie from 16 years ago.
A Venn diagram of people who are fans of Pulp Fiction.
You guys are unrewatchable.
They're gonna really appreciate this shit.
Jesus Christ.
Cocksucker. Fucking.
I gotta warn you, I don't take prisoners. I gotta warn you, I'm a very sore loser. And now they're going to play chess on the runway.
Pulls his gun out.
Reese takes out a big-ass shiny gun, too.
No shit. Yeah, man. Damn. Welcome to the club, Park.
Oh, you're going down. You are so going down.
Listen, Hoss, I'll tell you something. What I forgot about this game, you haven't even learned yet.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Where is this camaraderie coming from?
So him being good at chess never materially factors into the story, not once.
He figured out that she was not in the car because he's a chess player.
No.
No?
The only times that chess came up was when Travolta says checkmate with the energy drink. Do I look like I play board games, right? And then this at the end, then play chess. That's it.
Are you mad that he didn't defuse a bomb by doing chess moves?
Yes.
Which was way dumber.
I wanted him to think of chess moves and seat numbers.
How would that have been?
Why not?
Mezzanine.
At least they fucking tried to use it.
No.
But they're friends now.
The end.
They sure are.
They wanted sequels.
Seatbelts fastened. Tray tables in an upright position. Here we go.
Plot liftoff?
At first I thought, is it when John Travolta shows up? Then I thought, is it when John Travolta escalates things? And then I decided, no, it's when he shoots Nicole at dinner.
Oh, that's plot liftoff. Interesting.
We learn that Caroline is in on it.
Yeah.
And there's actually something going on as opposed to random hijinks.
My plot liftoff is when the U.S. delegation arrives in Paris.
Even later.
I didn't even know what the plot was until that point.
Terrorist.
What is she?
Terrorist.
No.
No, the delegation.
Is she the Secretary of State? Defense?
Secretary of State.
Is she?
Okay.
Did they say that?
So this big plan was to blow up the Secretary of State. Why?
I felt like she was the secretary of...
Oh, yeah, she's from the Department of... Yeah. What was that going to do? It's just a protest?
She was in Paris.
What?
They're in Paris.
No, what is that going to solve?
Nothing.
You think terrorism is about solving things?
The terrorists, Zach.
No more aid to Africa? Because that's what they were meeting about.
No, that's right. That is. My God, what a terrible terrorist cause.
So the Pakistani drug lords are trying to stop aid to Africa.
Yeah.
Is what this plot is. Don't do that. Don't have me.
Not yet.
I mean, what's your plot lift off?
This is real easy. It's them playing chess at the end.
The final moment of the movie?
Yes, because it dovetails into the trivia, which is they wanted this to be a franchise. They wanted From London with Love, From Prague with Love. What? That's all this was.
And then all of those cities fall right after that.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go save this after Charlie Wax fucks it up. I think I'll go save the president when he's in Prague.
Yeah, use the ignorant motherfucker.
Why don't you try telling us what the fuck happened?
Time for the plot summaries. I picked the movie. I will go first.
You got 92 seconds on the clock. You can count yourself in if you'd like.
3, 2, 1. James Reese is a dork who works for the American Embassy in Paris. He likes being organized, playing chess, and has a hot French girlfriend who proposes to him with her father's ring. Reese gets assignments via phone and wants to work special ops, gets sent to pick up his new partner from the airport. Enter John Travolta as Charlie Wax, a lewd vulgarian with a penchant for buggery. They head to a Chinese restaurant, kill everyone, make it rain cocaine from the ceiling, wreck some Asian dudes in an alley, shoot up a mannequin factory, and have breakfast on the Eiffel Tower. Wax picks up a prostitute and tracks a Pakistani bagman, which leads them to the projects, where Wax kills everyone. Finds some suicide vests and surveillance photos of Reese. After a shameless Pulp Fiction reference and some burgers, they head to dinner at Reese's apartment. Caroline, the hot fiance, invited her friend Nicole, who just so happens to be Pakistani. What a coincidence. Wax abruptly shoots Nicole in the head, reveals the apartment is bugged, and Caroline is a double agent. She shoots Reese in the shoulder and escapes. Now there's a summit at the embassy with politicians. Wax shoots a bazooka on the highway to stop a suicide Volvo.
30.
Reese finds Caroline wearing a bomb vest under Nancy Pelosi's kente cloth, tells her he loves her, but then shoots her in the head. Wax and Reese play chess in front of a private plane and laugh. Huh? Where did this camaraderie come from?
17 seconds to spare.
Somehow the movie had less detail than Mayes did.
Yeah, I don't know where he got all these details. Not from what I watched.
Oh, I forgot. Terrorists.
On 3, baby. 1, 2.
Look, do me a favor. I don't want to do a countdown before I do the scene. No countdown. Can we just do it off of action?
Just in your own time. Good. So
I'm not a rocket ship, okay?
Okay.
All right. So there's this guy who was a dwarf in Lord. Oh no, that's not the dwarf from Lord of the Rings. The other guy, he plays chess with the ambassador and is a wise ass and thinks somehow that he's on the ambassador's private payroll. Don't know why he got that idea. Anyway, he's supposed to go pick up this super spy from the CIA who is John Travolta, who really cares about energy drinks. He cares about these energy drinks, right? And that's why he gets Taffer brand only. This guy then proceeds to teach the dwarf from Lord of the Rings all the ways to break every single international rule by murdering people and doing copious amounts of dope and having cops murdered as well and blowing up property and crashing into cars and finding out that his girlfriend, who likes to make dresses out of shower curtains and may or may not have a Frank Dukes twinge to her, not yet, is actually a double agent super spy
30.
Who's been using him to further her terrorist claims. He was completely oblivious to this because he was very horny, just like the ambassador at the beginning of the movie. Anyways, so her plot is to kill the American delegation. Who's in the delegation? I don't really fucking know. Was the president there? Maybe, maybe not.
10.
She fools them with a mannequin that they blow up with a bazooka, but meanwhile, she tries to blow it up.
5.
He begs for the pussy one more time.
2.
She doesn't give it to him. He shoots her.
Time.
He begs for the pussy one more time.
He does.
Oh, baby, please. All right, Zach.
Count me in.
3, 2, 1.
This absolute fucking chess club dork named John Reese or James Reese. It doesn't matter. He's the aide for the ambassador. He's kind of secret ops of CIA, but he's just in training, but he's not really getting to train. He just does a lot of things of like switching out registration and license plates and stuff like that. And so finally, after getting proposed to and accepting the proposal by his girlfriend, Caroline, he goes to the airport to pick up John Travolta, his new partner, who is kind of a mix between the guy from Killing Season and Pitbull. He's got a lot of energy. He loves these fucking energy drinks, and he loves the word motherfucker. And so he is here to fast talk and just run circles around these French little nerds. And so they go hit some Chinese food, and then they shoot up the Chinese food place to get some dope. And then they go to a different place where they get more dope, and they keep trying to find ways to get all these drugs and figure out what this movie is about. We get to a point where they shoot up a bunch of Pakistani terrorists, I guess. I don't know. Fooled me. They drop a bomb vest on a car. They go out, they blow up some evidence. They go out and find out that, oh my God, Caroline has been a secret agent this whole time. She's trying to blow up a delegation. I don't know. Couldn't fool me. But Reese will not accept it because he is about as pussy whipped as we have ever seen. They play chess at the end, roll credits. Fucking duck.
That's a duck, man.
That's a duck, man.
You're the perfect blend of elegance and style, and your ride should be no different. The 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid meets all your needs, from business to brunch and everywhere in between. With head-turning details like a sleek front end, plus stylish interior, and an available 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster and seamless tech integration. Okay, Hyundai. Visit HyundaiUSA.com to learn more about the new 2024 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid.
This episode is brought to you by Chevrolet. When you have 4 new tires, every drive feels fresh. Right now, buy 3 select tires and get 1 for just $1 during the Chevrolet Certified Service Fresh Start Tire event. Visit Chevrolet.com/service offers or see dealer for full details. At participating U.S. GM dealers only, highest or equal value tire will be $1. Offer ends 5/31/2025. Not available with other offers.
This episode is brought to you by Loom by Atlassian. Are you feeling stuck at work? Get your team unstuck with Loom video messaging and move work forward. Use Loom to simultaneously record both your screen and yourself to share a quick update, provide feedback, train a colleague, and everything in between. Plus, add Loom AI to your meetings for instant written notes and recordings. Try Loom today at Loom.com. That's LOOM.com.
Who cares if you lose the game? You got this off your chest. I mean, it's just one night of bar trivia.
Ooh. One night of bar trivia is sacrosanct to us.
Trivia is sacrosanct. The car chase was filmed on a new motorway outside of the town of Annecy, which had yet to be open to the public. Eagle-eyed viewers might be able to guess this, as in most of the shots, there's no traffic traveling in the opposite direction. The fact of not having traffic on that direction was previously justified as having the highway locked for the arrival of the diplomatic convoy.
A scene from this film inspired the skinhead John Travolta meme, as we mentioned earlier. Also, John Travolta saying, "Check me," is a nod to the film The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, which came out the previous year. So this movie was chock full of Travolta Easter eggs, Zach.
Good Lord. Chock full is an interesting way of presenting that.
They did Royale with Cheese twice. They went back to do Royale with Cheese one more time.
Both this film and From Russia with Love feature a scene where an agent must finish a game of chess after being summoned by their handlers. So maybe they stole the chess thing from that Bond movie.
We mentioned this earlier, but Travolta shaved his head for this movie. Over the years, he'd been wearing wigs and had hair transplants to cover his balding head. But in 2019, he decided to go bald for good. This is thanks to his friend, rapper Pitbull, who convinced him to do so.
Mr. Worldwide?
Are you the guy who got Travolta to shave his head? Are you the guy?
I didn't get him to shave his head, but he asked me if he could shave his head. And I said, why not? Absolutely.
I think Travolta looks great now.
Mm-hmm.
You had a private conversation and you said, look.
So he came to, we were doing the Chinese theater in Los Angeles, and I was putting my hands in the cement, things of that nature. He came out to speak on my behalf.
Really?
So what an honor, right? Having one of the biggest, best actors in Hollywood history to come out. And that's what he asked me at. He's like, hey, what do you think about this? And I said, why not?
Right.
And sure enough, man, he cracked it. And I agree. Now I know what I'm going to look like when I get older.
Travolta interview in the New Jersey Star Ledger from February 2010. Quote, when we were shaping the look of my character, Pierre showed me Soldier of Fortune and Soldier for Hire magazines, explains Travolta. Everyone had parachute pants, leather jackets, scarves, shaved heads. I said, dare we? I love that quote.
That might be my golden dumpster, man.
Travolta likes to offer directors choices by making little revisions each time cameras roll. He calls the eclectic technique Chinese menu.
What?
A term he borrowed from Mike Nichols. Quote, you give the filmmaker variance, Travolta says. You go over the top, right on the money, a little underplayed, very straight, humorous, and then something you want to do, a wild take. Every scene we did 5 variants, and often Pierre used the wild take. Travolta said, quote, we could do From London with Love, From Prague with Love. This is one of the only movies that I would enjoy as a franchise. I'm not a big sequel person, but this one I would love.
Look Who's Talking To would beg to differ. The actor who plays the German tourist who is in the whorehouse is David Gassman. He also plays the voice that Reese talks to throughout the entire movie.
Oh,
so
what's that?
An alternate universe where John Travolta doesn't exist. He'd be up for the Louis Pinnock.
Boys, we got a Tony medley. Runtime, 95 minutes, not for children. In 2006, French director Pierre Morel directed a film called Taken, starring Liam Neeson. It wasn't released in the United States until January of 2009, and it was a sleeper hit. Morel liked the response, and the result is this thing that is alleged to be a thriller. Well, even Babe Ruth struck out, and Morel strikes out here. The first hour is one of the most ridiculous hours of film I've had to sit through. Charlie Wax is an over-the-top, violent psychopath. Wax shoots more bullets in the first hour and kills so many people in Paris that it's hard to believe anybody is left alive. The violence is so pervasive, it becomes like white noise. Although James Reese has a plum job in Paris as a personal aide to the U.S. ambassador in France and a beautiful French girlfriend, Caroline, his desire is to become a CIA operative. He does some clandestine stuff and then is told to pick up someone at the airport. That person turns out to be Special Agent Charlie Wax. Wax is a trigger-happy maniac, a loose cannon who's been sent to Paris to stop a terrorist attack. The result is an absurd shooting spree through the Parisian underworld. James reluctantly tags along, but then he realizes that there's no turning back and that Wax himself might be the only hope for getting out alive. Exacerbating the idiocy of the story is the performance of Rhys Meyers, who sometimes sounds like he's making a bad audition on American Idol. Suddenly, after the first hour, however, the film gets interesting. That only lasts for 20 minutes, though, and then it becomes just as ridiculous as the first hour. The sad part of this is that with a reasonable story, it could have been an interesting film. There is a mystery after all, but we don't learn about it until after the first hour's mayhem. Too bad Morel didn't clue us into the fact that before the source of the mystery is discovered and we finally learned about its existence. Well, there is a mystery as to what Wax is up to also, but that's not the real mystery. I can't tell you what it is because it would be a spoiler, although truth be told, there's nothing here to spoil. There's a denouement that involves a problem that isn't made clear until it's almost solved. When the issue is finally raised by Wax, I was unaware that it existed, and I was watching the film closely, trying to determine what in the world was going on. If you want to see guns being fired, save your money and go to the firing range.
The fuck?
This incoherent, poorly written, directed, and acted, profanity-laden outing is agonizing to sit through.
I'm going to guess the hour that was trash was when the Asians were the bad guys.
Oh.
20 minutes that were interesting was when you go kill some Pakistanis.
Yeah.
And then the last 10 minutes where the white girl is actually the villain. He loses interest.
He hates that.
I'm going to say he gave it a 3 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Always one off.
Right on the money.
I'd like you all to do an experiment on a plant, something that may benefit mankind. And if you devise something that's groundbreaking, I guarantee you a A in this course.
Oh, well, hold on, man. You firing me? You can't do that, Lionel. Look, man, if you don't want me to have a foreman job, I understand, but I need my fucking job, man.
Louis Pinnock Accent Award. Jonathan Rhys Meyers, American. Kasia Smutniak, French. She's Polish-Italian.
Smutniak.
Jonathan Rhys Meyers, Mandarin and German. Travolta, Louis Pinnock.
Louis Pinnock is Louis Pinnock.
Louis Pinnock is Louis Pinnock.
Let's show them who the horsemen are, guys.
Yeah, we got soul.
Five Horsemen. Banter, carrying the vase of cocaine, worldly advice, racism, Cobra formula, Louis Pinnock talk.
I would add vague exposition, what's happening, horny,
terrorism,
pussy whipped. He never accepts that she's a bad guy.
To the very end.
How good was that sex?
Amazing. Or the only sex he was getting. I'm going LPT.
Louis Pinnock talk? Yeah.
The Five Horsemen is Louis Pinnock?
Yeah.
It was a virtuoso performance.
If he had carried the vase of cocaine till the end,
throughout the entire movie,
I would have advocated for that.
Sure, yes.
But it only made it to the projects.
Again, was this supposed to be a comedy? There's a version of this I can see where Sean William Scott
that
is the aide.
I don't know if that's a better movie, but it's a more focused movie.
Or Jason Biggs is another one I could see.
Not Jason Biggs. You're just naming cast of American Pie at this point.
No, I'm not. John Cho, if you want some diversity, right? Can't be all just white people.
Henry Rowan Gardner from
The Shermanator is Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
Eugene Levy could have been.
Yeah, he could. It's true.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Tara Reid.
The Pie. The Pie would have done a better job than Jonathan Rhys Davies.
Oh, for sure.
Breathe in through nose, out the mouth.
Ass on, ass off.
Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex. Teddy Rex, Moosey Teddy Rex.
Ass on, fucking ass off. Ass on, fucking ass off.
Michael Bean Memorial Ass On Award.
JRM.
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers as James Reese.
Lock it in.
Or
no.
Joaquim Almeria as Trenchcoat 1, the Audi driver.
JRM.
Yep.
Okay. Carl Weathers Memorial Ass Off Award. Not even a question. John Travolta's Charlie Wax.
Travolta is phenomenal in this.
Well,
I thought Caroline was great too, by the way.
Yes, she was. Can I offer you another alternative? Charlie Wax was ass off when he was pretending at the dinner scene to be charming and not suspecting of anything.
I'll take either one.
I still like Travolta as Wax more.
Yeah, I'm good with Travolta, but I do think that's a good nominee.
Yes, and?
You're good at keeping secrets?
Absolutely.
Because I've got a present for you. Secret present outside by the dumpster.
Is it a baseball mitt?
It fits you like a baseball mitt, like a glove. I hope.
Golden Dumpster nominees. Charlie Wax introduction, the custom scene, the Oak Panther Anaconda logo on the energy drink.
That's stupid.
Charlie Wax wrecks some Asian dudes.
Nope.
Charlie Wax diving headfirst through a hole in the ground and hooking his legs around a pole. And Nancy Pelosi's kente cloth.
I also have, how many more of them do you think there are? Last census, about 1 billion. Throwing the suicide vest onto the car and then saying, and then there was none. The Royale with cheese reference. And you know what? Sometimes it's fun to be on brand.
Oh, boy.
My Golden Dumpster. By the way, did you find out which of the two secretaries he's bagging? The brunette or the blonde? Takes off glasses. I'm afraid both, sir. God, I love the French. Because when people look back on the history of Cinephobe, they need to know.
I'm just going with the way Travolta looks. The entire image of Charlie Wax.
I'm changing mine too. Change it back to the dinner scene. My bad. Oh, what did you guys think it was? That line.
Maze?
It's hard to choose between Charlie Wax moments, and obviously he's cleaning up most of these other awards. So I'm going to go with the Oak Panther Anaconda logo on the energy drink.
If Michael Jordan's the best player, man, Michael Jordan's the best player.
Sometimes 96 Bulls are going to win every game, you know?
Because otherwise I would say his introduction, the custom scene.
It's great. That's a great scene.
Such as a disembodied voice.
Well, Maze, you picked a motherfucker.
Motherfucker. I like that.
Fober File.
Training Day starring Louis Pinnock, but they abandoned the core concept.
Should be a great premise
of Training Day, which is that Denzel Washington is bad.
Yeah.
Here they say Charlie Wax may be a little unorthodox. You may know exactly where cocaine comes from when he tastes it, and he may bang hookers on the job, but he gets it done. And he's apparently the good guy. And apparently he figures it all out at the end. And apparently they're going to run around Europe and have adventures together, which is a weird change on the formula.
The fucking audacity.
He shows up, goes to a Chinese restaurant, finds cocaine, finds more cocaine, stumbles ass backwards into a terrorism plot that involves our main character. And then they scramble to get that resolved in the last 20 minutes. This is slightly above Deadfall to me, but it's similar in the vein that as soon as Travolta shows up, he doesn't die in this, but until essentially the terrorism plot takes over, he's electric. And I want to watch him do anything. I want to watch him taste all the cocaines and tell me how far away we are from the source. Kill random people and be super racist and have that goatee. It is a file.
Wow.
Even though this movie is a mess because of Travolta. Amin?
You're right. Travolta was awesome. What was this movie about?
It's about terrorism. It's about terrorists, man.
Nope.
I thought it was about drugs.
No.
They wasted a magnificent performance. This is the proverbial 55-point game. This is Jokic scoring 56 and the Nuggets lose to the Wizards. That's what this movie was. It was awful. Jonathan Rhys-Davies was awful. There was no story to it. There was no plot to it.
Not his name.
What's his name?
And my axe.
Jonathan Rhys-Myers.
Whatever his fucking name is. It's a phobe. Fuck this movie, man. I'm even more upset because Travolta was so good. You just fucked it all up. And just like the Nuggets, you lose to the Wizards, guess what? You're the worst team in the league automatically. Guess what? You're the worst movie we've ever done. How about that?
What? Not the worst movie we've ever done? That's insane. What are you talking about? We did Left Behind.
We did do Left Behind, damn.
2% total.
Feliz Navidad.
I have more of a story than this.
Wow.
I don't think it did.
Wow.
I think you're just mad at this. Travolta's amazing, man. But God, this movie, I kind of feel like I'm in Red One again. There's a good idea here. This guy, Charlie Wax, going around the world with literally anybody else. Anybody else. Put Michael Biehn in this role. It's better.
They basically did.
Yeah, they found the next Michael Biehn. That's the new award. The next Michael Biehn.
No, the next Michael Biehn award is dastardly.
That's what Jonathan Rhys-Myers is. He's the next Michael Biehn. You're right. They do waste a performance. And here's ultimately the deciding factor, because I am pretty down the middle on this, because I did have a lot of fun. It's a quick watch, even for Cinephobe. I felt like I was flying through this movie. Don't put on the poster John Travolta leaning out of a car with a fucking rocket launcher, firing that thing, and then not have that be in the movie. Anybody can Mr. Highway this thing. Not everyone could just lean out of a car with a rocket launcher and blow that shit up. That's what I wanted to see. If they do that, it's a file, but it's a phobe. Don't tease me like that.
Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have something in the promotional materials that spoils, or would you rather have something in the promotional materials that doesn't happen?
That spoils.
You'd rather have it spoiled than...
You know what's a surprising phobe? Twister.
The first one?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we don't get the moment where that tire flies into the windshield.
Oh, yeah.
And that's in the trailer.
Yeah.
Where was that in the movie?
Final Destination all over again, except you were thinking about the wrong Final Destination.
Exactly. No, don't put that in the poster, man. I was waiting for that scene. I was waiting to pop during that scene. They fucked it up. I like Mrs. Highway, but it wasn't enough. It's a close phobe, but it's a phobe. You can send us your Fover file, Golden Dumpster, Ass On, Ass Off, Michael Biehn Memorial Ass On Award, or your next Michael Biehn, Five Horsemen, your Louis Pinnock, your Plot Liftoff, at Talk Hoops, at Darth Amin, at Corn Puzzle, at Cinephopod, at Count the Dings, or drop in the Discord by being a Patreon member, patreon.com/countthedings.
Next time we make love, you introduce me to Jade.
All right, what's my pick?
My pick, right?
Oh, yeah. One more pick I'll pick.
There was a reference to Eagle Eye earlier in the episode. I strongly considered doing Eagle Eye, but decided against it.
You're not doing it?
And this is why. Because a long time ago on my to-do list, I made a note for a particular movie. I don't remember this movie at all. I don't remember when it came out. I don't remember marketing for it. I don't know anything about it. All I know was that on a previous Cinephobe episode, Zach said he saw this movie and his lasting memory was seeing it in the theater and someone yelling out, "Come the fuck on." It's Vantage Point.
Oh.
And the daisy chain is an attempt on a U.S. official's life in Europe.
I haven't seen it since the theater.
Maze, it's the Smokin' Aces episode where he says it.
Matthew Fox, another person from Lost, along with Nestor Carbonell and Kevin Durand. He turned his starring role in Lost into this movie, We Are Marshall, Vantage Point and Speed Racer.
Yeah, it turns out he's a shitty actor.
Turns out it's not that good.
That we just kept putting in things.
Those 4 movies, I can see, sometimes we're like, why would you do that? Like Caruso, like, oh my God. But I won't lie, those 4 movies, those sound like solid bets. Okay, we want you to star in this ensemble cast that has all of these big name actors and it's like a big heist movie. Okay, I'm with it. That's in right now, like Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12. Okay, what else you got for me? They're going to take Speed Race. Remember the cartoon? They're making it into a live action. Like, oh my God.
You're going to be the bad guy. It's the guys who made The Matrix. It's going to be a franchise.
It's going to be one of the biggest movies of the year. Good. We Are Marshall. Come on, man. This is a Disney movie based on a true story. It's an inspirational story. And Matthew McConaughey is attached to it. Fuck, sign me up. What's the 4th one? Vantage Point?
Vantage Point, the Snake Eyes ripoff.
Yo, Vantage Point. It's like 8 different vantage points in that movie, right?
Yeah.
And there's a point I remember in the theater.
Should have been called Vantage Points.
Where it had done like 3 vantage points at that point. And then it goes and does the same reset for the 4th one. And a guy in a full theater was like, oh, come the fuck on. We get it. And the entire theater lost it because we were all feeling the same thing.